When Terminator 2 Judgment Day hit theaters in 1991, it didn't just raise the bar for visual effects, it completely redefined what was possible on screen. The film's biggest showstopper was the terrifying sleek T-1000, a shape-shifting liquid metal assassin capable of morphing into anyone and instantly healing after being shot. But bringing this futuristic nightmare to life wasn't easy. Back then, CGI technology was still in its infancy. So, director James Cameron came up with a groundbreaking idea, a hybrid approach that blended practical effects, created by Stan Wilson's studio, with cutting-edge CGI by Industrial Light and Magic, or ILM. The result was a seamless fusion of the physical and the digital, something the world had never seen before. Let's start with one of the T-1000's most iconic moments, the bullet hit effects. Every time he was shot, the metal of his police uniform would ripple and form a shiny silver crater, before instantly healing itself. The mesmerizing transformation was made using what the crew called the chrome flower technique. Stan Winston's team sculpted small latex and foam plates that looked like a torn metal, then coated them in a vacuum metallized chrome finish to mimic real steel. Behind each plate was a tiny spring-loaded mechanism. When triggered, it would burst open like an exploding flower, giving the illusion of metal being punctured by a bullet. Then came ILM's magic. They digitally composited those frames, adding subtle ripples and reflections across the chrome surface, so it appeared to melt and reform in real time. For 1991, this mix of practical and digital artistry was nothing short of revolutionary. Next came the unforgettable shot where T-1000 takes a bullet straight through the face. For this, the team built a radio-controlled animatronic head with lifelike skin texture, blinking eyes, and a movable jaw. When the bullet hit, a hidden section of the head would literally explode outward, and later ILM CGI artists layered on the signature liquid metal flow, making the whole close-up like Mercury reforming. The crew affectionately nicknamed this creation the Donut Head or Splash Head. Then there's the jaw-dropping moment when T-1000 is split in half vertically during his fight with the Terminator. That sequence was a clever illusion, filmed using a static camera and prosthetic body halves. Actor Robert Patrick performed one side of the body, while the other half was replaced with a perfectly matched dummy prop. Later, ILM digitally blended both shots, making it look as if T-1000 was literally sliced in two, and then seamlessly melted back together. Even the chilling sequence where T-1000 freezes and shatters into pieces was a hybrid of breakable prosthetics and CGI compositing. The crew built a full-scale dummy filled with breakable sections, shattered it on camera, and then digitally cleaned and reassembled the fragments in post-production to create that icy disintegration effect. And behind all this technical brilliance was Robert Patrick's performance. He spent weeks perfecting his movement. His blank expression, robotic posture, and unnaturally smooth walk all helped sell the illusion that he was a machine made of living metal. For many shots, Patrick performed multiple passes, one with physical damage and one clean version. ILM later blended these to create flawless transitions from destroyed to healed. So, every time you see T-1000 take a bullet, melt, and reform, remember, behind that silver shimmer lies a meticulous combination of mechanical rigs, latex prosthetics, and early digital wizardry. Terminator 2 didn't just show a killer robot. It showed the world what happens when imagination and technology fuse together. It made metal come alive. Few action scenes in film history are as thrilling as Terminator 2's truck chase through the Los Angeles drainage canal. It's one of those moments that define cinematic adrenaline, raw, gritty, and 100% real. In this sequence, the relentless T-1000 hijacks a massive tow truck and roars through the storm drains of Los Angeles, chasing a terrified John Connor on his small dirt bike. The entire chase was filmed on location at Bull Creek in the San Fernando Valley, a real drainage canal chosen by James Cameron for its stark industrial look. Cameron wanted absolute realism, no shortcuts, no fakes, so almost every stunt in this sequence was performed practically, without relying on CGI, from the truck's bone-shaking crashes to the heart-stopping bridge fall. It was all shot with real vehicles, real stunt drivers, and dangerously close camera rigs. For the bridge jump, the production team reinforced an actual heavy-duty truck and launched it into the canal. The landing was so violent that it destroyed part of the suspension, exactly what Cameron wanted to make it feel authentic. The bike stunts were equally intense. A young stunt double for John Connor was used for most of the chase, maneuvering at high speed through narrow pathways while a camera car followed dangerously close behind. Now comes the explosive sequence where Sarah Connor, John, and the T-800 along with scientist Miles Dyson break into the Cyberdyne Systems lab, determined to destroy the future itself. Their goal? Wipe out every trace of the technology that would one day create Skynet, including the original T-800 chip and ARM. Interestingly, this entire sequence was filmed across 2 different locations. The interior scenes were shot on a specially designed studio set, while the exterior explosions took place at a real building. But the moment when Dyson sets off the detonator, that wasn't just camera trickery. The team actually used real explosives for the wide destruction shots. A real building exterior was rigged and partially demolished under the supervision of special effects experts. If you've seen the behind-the-scenes footage, you can literally watch the crew running safety drills before that massive explosion tore through the night sky. One of the most haunting and unforgettable moments in Terminator 2 is Sarah Connor's nightmare, the vision of a nuclear apocalypse that turns a sunny Los Angeles playground into a burning wasteland. Children playing, laughter echoing, the gentle swing of seesaws, and in the blink of an eye, everything is consumed by fire. James Cameron wanted this sequence to feel so real that audiences would believe they were watching an actual nuclear blast captured on film. To achieve that level of realism, Cameron worked closely with Stan Winston's studio and Robert Skotak's VFX team to create a hybrid mix of techniques: practical miniatures, mechanical puppets, and optical compositing. For the citywide destruction shots, the team built a detailed miniature model of Los Angeles, complete with tiny buildings, cars, and playground structures. Each structure was wired with small explosive charges, designed to detonate in perfect sequence, mimicking the cascading shockwave of a nuclear explosion. Now, the most shocking image: Sarah Connor gripping the fence as flames engulf her. This wasn't performed by Linda Hamilton herself, but by a full-size mechanical puppet built to resemble her in perfect detail. The puppet was coated in fire-resistant gel and wired with internal motors that simulated jerky, panicked movements as it burned. Its hands were locked to the metal fence, and its synthetic skin, made from rubber and foam layers, was designed to bubble and melt realistically under heat. Puppeteers controlled the movements remotely through wires and servos, while sound designers later added Linda Hamilton's screams to heighten the terror. Once the burning sequence was filmed, VFX artists composited the puppet footage with real background plates to make it look like Sarah was truly there, caught in the firestorm. The opening scene of Terminator 2 Judgment Day immediately throws the audience into a dark dystopian future, a world where metallic endoskeletons march ruthlessly across the ruins of Los Angeles, waging war against the last remnants of humanity. To bring this chilling vision to life, James Cameron and his team at Stan Winston Studios used a masterful blend of miniature sets, animatronics, stop motion, and pyrotechnics, creating one of the most iconic and realistic future war sequences ever filmed. For the army of T-800 endoskeletons, Stan Winston's team built life-size animatronic robots, powered by hydraulic systems and motorized joints. These mechanical warriors could move, turn their heads, and aim their weapons with an unnerving realism, making them look like unstoppable killing machines marching through the chaos. Meanwhile, smaller endoskeletons were animated using stop-motion techniques, where each movement was adjusted frame by frame. This painstaking process gave the robots a fluid yet slightly eerie motion, perfectly fitting for the cold, mechanical world Cameron envisioned. And when the gunfire erupted across the battlefield, the flashes and explosions weren't digital tricks. They were created using real pyrotechnics, with sparks, flames, and debris flying across the miniature battlefield. Later, these shots were enhanced with post-production effects, seamlessly blending practical elements with early computer enhancements to create the illusion of an epic full-scale war. This scene perfectly demonstrates Terminator 2's mastery of combining VFX and practical animatronics. When Arnold calmly slices open his arm and peels back his skin to reveal the metallic endoskeleton underneath, you're seeing movie magic at its finest. To create this illusion, the production shot 2 separate versions of the scene. One featured Arnold himself using a practical prop that was carefully attached to his real arm. The other used a life-sized animatronic puppet built by Stan Winston's studio. In the close-up shots, it's Arnold performing. The fake mechanical hand seamlessly attached and blended using makeup and prosthetics. But when the hand starts to move with intricate mechanical precision, that's actually the animatronic puppet arm. Perfect lighting and camera placement were essential to blending these shots. The result, a transformation so smooth that even modern audiences find it hard to tell where the human ends and the machine begins. Now we reach one of the film's most iconic visual moments, the battered, half-destroyed face of the T-800. During the intense final battle, when Arnold's face is torn apart and his glowing red eye is revealed, the effect was achieved using a combination of prosthetic makeup, animatronics, and subtle CGI. For the close-ups, the makeup team applied foam latex and silicone prosthetics to Arnold's face, giving the appearance of peeled, burned skin. A small LED light was placed inside the prosthetic eye socket to create the glowing red Terminator eye. For the wide shots, the crew switched to a half-burnt animatronic bust, a hyper-realistic replica of Arnold's face with exposed metal and illuminated circuits. This model was later digitally composited with Arnold's real performance to enhance the realism. At the time, 1991, combining CG imagery with practical prosthetics was revolutionary. This hybrid approach set a new benchmark in Hollywood, proving that technology and craftsmanship could merge to bring science fiction to life in the most believable way possible. And that's what made Terminator 2: Judgment Day a masterpiece of its time. Every explosion, every spark, and every mechanical movement was the product of real artistry and raw innovation. It was the golden era of filmmaking, when directors and technicians risked everything to create scenes that felt alive. Even decades later, the visual effects of T2 remain unmatched, a true symbol of how imagination, engineering, and passion combined to make cinema history.